Hi guys, I'm Pia Coelho. I'm here at Club Olin 55. We have a very special guest today. Her name is DJ Lubó. She is a singer, songwriter. She's also a producer, and she has taken Mexico City by the storm in the last couple of days. It is lovely to have you here. It is a pleasure having you in Mexico. How are you?
Hello, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here today, and thank you for a beautiful introduction. Like that was really nice.
Yeah, of course.
I'm good. I'm really having a good time, and I'm excited for later playing the set for the place, and cannot be better.
That is great to hear. So, what can you tell us about living in Mexico, specifically in Mexico City? What does that look like for you? Out of all the places that you've visited, out of all the food that you've tasted, what have you liked the most?
Wow, I could speak about Mexico City like for a long time. Like Mexico City for me, it's very special place from like a lot of reasons, like first I remember my first time when I came to Mexico City, and I fell in love immediately with all the vibes. Like I know that it sounds like cliche because everyone is always saying like, oh, I came to Mexico, the vibes are amazing, I want to come back, or I want to stay live here. But like this is like actually happening with people who come here, because Mexico has these special vibes that I think it's mix of like people here, food, as you mentioned, like all these kind of all these things together, that they make you feel very welcomed. And yeah, Mexico City is like very special place for me. And again, food is amazing, So
Yeah.
I mean, when you have these things, you don't want to leave.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy that you're liking Mexico so far. What can you tell us about a day in the life of DJ Lubó? What does that look like? Lots of partying, lots of late nights, I assume.
Well, exactly as you said. Um, yeah, I've been growing up like around the parties, and I always had this like wild animal inside myself. I'm not that I'm proud of that, but like this is who I am. I love the music, I love nightlife scene, and I love like DJs and like all these kind of clubs and festivals and the vibes in there. So like the day for me, it's normally like I really try to live like balancing lifestyle. With like the work I choose, it's very hard because yeah, you partying in the night, then in the day you're trying to do like some things that normal people do, but like sometimes it's not like very easy to balance it. So I'm trying as much as I can like to keep on with the good sleep, like if I can. And yeah, eating healthy sometimes not, like have some routine, during the day. And then in the night, that's again big part of like music industry, go out, meet new people, socializing. So even if I'm not playing a lot of the times, like if I'm not playing, I like to go out because it's important for me to go out, meet new people, and do these things. So sometimes it's not really easy, but like it's the life I choose to
Yeah, no.
do.
So it sounds like you have a pretty balanced life. That is, I mean, great. Of course, you always want to look for that balance and like do the things that you love and pursue your career, but maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So that is, I really admire that about you. Thanks for sharing that with us. So when you actually go out and you decide to take a night off or maybe after a gig, how late do you actually stay out?
Oh wow. I was hoping this question not gonna pop up. No, I have to say now I'm so much more better. Like I'm so much better than before. Because so when I was younger, I was having more energy, and of course it was everything new for me, especially when I came to Mexico City. That was one of the reasons also why I fell in love with the place, because all the music scene that it's here, it's like something I never seen anywhere before. Like this city just like living for the music, and like a big range of like musical genres and stuff. So how late I normally stay. So I'm taking my work as like pretty much as a work. So if I play, for example, I'm trying to be very focused and, you know, people pay for me to come and perform. So I try to be very responsible. So I keep that on my mind, like to not go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But when I finish my playing, sometimes, you know, and here, especially in Mexico, I have a lot of friends, and we continue going party after parties. This place, it's very famous for after parties,
Yeah.
you know, and for me, I love after parties sometimes more than parties. So, yeah, I can go out till a late morning, let's say.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, I mean, given your career, you have to like learn how to stay up late eventually. And when you go out, what do you like to drink? Do you like tequila?
So I am having like these kind of phases. I'm not an alcoholic, but you know, like I used to, when I came to Mexico, obviously it was tequila. Like you go
Yeah.
out and you have to drink like tequila everywhere, you know? Even if you don't want. Like there is no excuse for Mexican people
Yeah, we'll
that you
make
like
you.
not drinking. No, tequila, go, it's water. So I think like I had this like first phase of like me drinking tequila, if I had to drink, because normally I don't.
Yeah.
And then I discovered mezcal,
Oh,
which
you
is
like,
very
yeah.
interesting thing. Like, it's very similar drink to like a drink from my country.
Oh, really?
I mean, it has this like smoky taste and
Yeah.
something. So it's like, I kind of like started to like it because you don't need to drink a lot. You drink a little bit and it has beautiful taste.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, that would be my choice, but
That is
I
a
don't
great
know.
choice, actually. Like you're talking like a true Mexican. um, okay, so I'm sorry. I just have to ask you this because you have such a great style, and I'm so curious. Do you style yourself, or do you have like a stylist? I love your outfit today.
Thank you so much. I'm actually very happy that you asked about it because so I'm doing currently like a lot of collaborations, and like that's also my focus. Like I love fashion like in general. But today this is full look from a brand of my friends, Babylonias.
Oh,
And there are two amazing girls like who opened the store in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And they keep like giving me outfits for my shows or for things like that. So we have this collaboration. And like that's also like something what I would love to like or keep collaborations,
Yeah,
you know,
of
with the
course.
brands and stuff. I'm not saying I'm having a bad taste,
Yeah.
but like sometimes I feel like I need more push from another people, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I really love when someone take care of me, like dress me fully, for example, for some events, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love it. You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. So is you, huh?
Oh, thank you. So, what can you tell us about who actually Lubó Hang is? I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about who she is?
Well, you know, this is like simple question, but in the same time, it's not simple, right?
Yeah.
Lubó Hang. Well, I consider myself as like this little girl who came from Slovakia, just went and started to travel around the world, and then like keep followed her passion, which is music. Um, um, yeah, I'm just like this little girl still feeling like that, with like unstoppable like passion for the music.
Yeah, that is amazing. And like, what are some of your hobbies that you like to do most beside from music?
Whoa. I like to. So like yeah, most of my like hobbies they are pretty connected with the music and everything around it.
Yeah.
But beside it, of course, I like some sports. to do some
Oh, you
sport
like
and stuff. I
sports?
like to go to the gym sometimes if I'm not too lazy. Like to keep my. I think like there have to be obviously again balance, right? You have to have like some kind of hobbies, something what's your passion. Then you have to like keep some and do something like in your life for your body, right? To keep
Yeah.
yourself like in shape, to keep yourself like with the healthy mindset and stuff. And then you have to have something like something completely different that I still didn't find what is it. But like I'm searching, like I'm really like this kind of person who is like very curious about like a lot of different things. And I've been lately like I started go back to the school because I want to like learn new instrument, but it's
Yeah.
again connected with the music. So I don't know, like um, yeah, I feel like music is pretty like big part of my life.
Yeah, of course. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. Well, I know that you came to Mexico to pursue your career. Is that the reason that you're here, or did that just come like along with the journey?
Uh, it came with the journey. Like, yeah, I came here first time with modeling,
Oh,
which is
okay.
like, yeah, I think like I never really considered myself as a model because I mean I loved my modeling journey, which I was spending a lot of my time. I traveled a lot of countries, but for me, I had always in my head like make money, discover new places, make connections. When I started do modeling, I didn't know that what I want to do is DJing, but like it came along. I was always singer and I was around the music and I was like musician, but like I never knew that DJing it's gonna be the one like the main. But yeah, I came with the modeling, but like then after time everything was giving sense and I started to do what I wanted to do and what I think I should do.
Okay, that is so interesting. So I know that right now you're focusing on DJing, but you mentioned that you're a singer. We know you're a singer. Would you mind giving us just a little taste of what your voice sounds like? Maybe something that you worked on in the past or that you're working in the future, just so we can hear a little bit of you.
Ah, you want me to sing, huh?
Maybe like just a little bit. If you feel comfortable, we would love to hear your singing voice.
Well, I didn't expect I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna give you like this little part of the song that I think like I'm singing all the time, you know, because it's one of my favorite songs. So I give you a little part of that. And if it's gonna be bad, like, please let's cut it after.
We know it's not gonna be bad.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. And love is like a song. Oh, yeah, at last. Let's dance like that.
Amazing!
I'm so shy.
No, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. You have an amazing voice.
I'm sweating.
No, thank you. Okay, so I find it really interesting that you have such an amazing voice, and I don't really know how that works with DJing, but do you use like some of your voice as samples for your music as a DJ, or do you use some other artist samples?
So yeah, I do work as a producer as well. I create my own songs, and the goal for the future is like to play my songs with my voice.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of collaboration with different producers from different genres and stuff. So there's like pretty like big part of like me singing and being connected with like what you said, and I try to play also like my music. But since I do like a lot of different collaboration with different genres, sometimes it's fit to my style, sometimes not. But I also, beside that, I used to do also hybrid sets where like I DJ and I sing in the same time. I'm not really sure if that's something that I want to go, but like I would love. Obviously, it takes a lot of time to prepare the show, prepare like yourself, like to do like all these preparations, and it takes like really a lot of time. So eventually, if I think like I have to be like more focused. And if I'm gonna have more time, I really want to do that, like to maybe connect it. And let's see how that's gonna go. Like I'm like full, my head is always full of like ideas, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not so easy like to do everything, especially like till late I wasn't having like even agents to represent me, you know. So like I had to be everything and to do everything from your marketing till like prepare for the set, still go out, socialize, still do like this. You end up like not having time for actually what you want to do, right?
Yeah, of course.
So now I feel that a lot of things are changing, and I'm spending a lot of time on like my production and to creating songs that later I can also play live and do these kind of things.
That is great. That is amazing. So I do see that you are really connected to music in all ways, in all senses. Um, so did that start with you as a child? Are your family musicians? When did that start for you?
Oh, that's a nice question. I love to say that because so I think like first thing, my father he used to be DJ, and I'm very proud to say that because you know how cool is that your father is
Yeah,
DJ.
that is pretty cool.
He used to be DJ, and I've been surrounded like with the music from like my early childhood. But like you know, I think so. When I was younger, like I always thought that I'm gonna be singer because that was like the first thing, you know. There was like 90s, 2000. My father he was playing at this time around Slovakia, and I remember when I was young, and he was always like telling me like, "Oh, you should be DJ. You should like start to do this," because he just wanted like someone from the family gonna take over, you know,
Yeah.
something like this. And but like he was not pushy. He was never like you know. But he gave this idea from early age of mine. But I think like there is one thing what I regret still now that I never really listened to him. I was always like, no, I'm gonna be singer. I'm gonna be like that. I'm singer like DJ. Like woman DJ in that times. There was nothing really common, and especially in my country, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, in my head, when my father he was telling me these kind of things, he was like, I cannot really imagine like woman and the DJ, like
Yeah.
as a DJ. So I like very fast like closed the idea, but it was there. But I think since I started to travel, sing different scenes and stuff, like then when I came to Mexico, then it started to give it like sense, you know. I love music. I want to do this. I want to try. And I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did. You did. You did.
Because I started to speak about
No, that
like
is
different.
perfect. Thank you for sharing that. So it sounds like you're really close to your dad. How has your family taken that you moved to a whole new country? You're pretty far away from like your family. Are they supportive of what you do? I know your dad is. I know you're making
It's the happiest dad in the world.
so happy right now. But what about the rest of your family? Do you come from like a small family? Do you have a lot of siblings?
I come from a big family, but I have like one sibling, my brother, older brother. My family, whole family, they are super supportive. Like my mom, she was the one who told me go travel, go take the opportunities with the modeling. You know, she was the one who pushed me like a lot. Like I know that I'm gonna lose you in some way because you're gonna start to travel. You're not gonna be with me, but I take this sacrifice because I want for you what I wasn't like what I didn't have, you know, like I didn't have this opportunity, so I want this for you. So my parents, my mom, like they're all like very supportive, like with what I do. Like again, when I started to DJ, when I started to having like gigs, and my father he realized like, oh, she's doing like what I was like telling her to do. He was really, I think, like the most happy person.
That is truly a gift because that's not the case for everyone. Like we hear a lot of artists that they just need to like separate from their families
Yeah.
altogether because they don't get that support.
Yeah.
So to hear that from you, that is truly inspiring. And so it sounds like you come from like a lovely childhood family. You have all the support. So how does an artist like you, that it's not only a singer, DJ, songwriter, where do you find inspiration to like come up with new ideas, to explore new emotions? I mean, of course, we always go through different stages in life, but where do you find inspiration?
You know, now when you were asking me the questions, I was already like thinking about the answer. And it's so funny because so there is the situation when I learn how to produce my music, right? Like I've been writing the music, I've been writing the lyrics since like I was young. I was constantly writing. I didn't know what it was, but like putting my thoughts on the paper or like everywhere, you know. And I could consider it like poems or just like lyrics and stuff. And since I wanted to be a singer, I was like keep writing. So that time the inspiration was just like flowing, you know. I think like when I was younger, it was like going so innocent because I wasn't like, I didn't know the tools, I didn't know the things, so it was just like flowing, you know. And then the more I started like to be interested in like going deeper in this, it started to be more complicated. I remember, so I went to UK, like I was living in Mexico, and then I went to UK because of, I started to study this course of like music for production and DJing and like music industry. And that like changed a lot of things in my life. That was my first step when I realized like I want to go more professionally, I want to go and deeper. And I learned that time I learned how to produce. So I remember my first year when I started like produce my music, like I create like 3 songs in one day. Like
Wow.
the inspiration was just like flowing, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just like coming from the excitement, like, oh, I can create my music. I can like finally like put my emotions, all these emotions or all these things like from all my, I don't know, life before. Like I finally can put it on a like into something, you know? So that time I remember I had like a year of like flowing inspiration, and I still have these songs and I haven't released them because
Wow.
I mean I consider them like almost done but not done yet. And so that time it was like very very easy, but then like COVID came, then like a lot of things, like as you said, there are a lot of different parts of your life, and sometimes it can move you forward and sometimes it can stop you. I remember I had like then part of my life that I couldn't even like sit down or write anything. Like it was just not connecting. Nothing was working. So what I learned at that time, it was like, don't push the things, just keep it like going, because if you're gonna start and push more, it's gonna be more complicated. Like you're gonna create this like, how to say, like this thing in your head that you have to do something which should be natural for you.
Yeah.
So I learn whenever I don't feel inspired, I keep it go, and whenever I know that I should have inspiration, it's gonna come. So there was like one thing which helped me a lot because I kept it like still something very interesting for me, and like I didn't create like boundaries between, you know.
Yeah.
And and then there are situations like broken heart, like you happy, you know. So I feel like you just see things around, or I also like a lot of times like, wow, do I speak a lot or no?
No, keep going. We're loving this.
So you know, before I was also like doing a lot of like courses like about like songwriting, so many different like stuff. And I met a lot of different people with different kind of techniques, you know. So I had like, for example, class, and then my teacher was saying like, you know, you can create a song based on the picture. And you can do this, and he gave you like this idea. So like there are a lot of ways how you can get inspire yourself when you feel stuck, for example, you know, or something. Or like situation of your like friends, people. Like you need to be like observing, I would say. Like there are inspirations everywhere.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. Like when you're an artist, you can literally find inspiration anywhere, and that is so beautiful of you to share. And I mean, I know you mentioned heartbreak. Speaking of heartbreaks, I know
Oh, no.
a lot of people watching this are wondering, what does your love life look like today? Are you single? Are you ready to mingle? Is there a special someone?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay. Straightforward. Okay,
Yes,
I love it.
I'm a single, focusing on my career.
Okay, that is amazing. No, thank you for sharing that. I know a lot of people will be happy to hear that.
Oh, a lot of DMs tomorrow, no?
Yeah. And also, speaking of inspiration, who are some of your favorite artists that have inspired you throughout your career?
Oof. I had a lot since my early childhood. There was like different artists coming and going and coming and going. It might gonna sound funny, but like since I was like young, I was obsessed with Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
I think like she's diva, right? And when I was young, like because of her and because of me constantly like trying to like follow her voice or stuff, I did like unintentionally a lot of practices because I wanted like be and sing like her, which my voice is not, but like I wanted, so I was like doing a lot of like voice exercises just like to be like her. So she was like big inspiration for me in like very early like age. But then I have like a lot of different inspirations like right now in the like DJ world, like obviously like from the woman like DJs, Peggy Goo, like she created like big empire, right? So her, then I have a lot of different DJs, like I was obsessed with like Jamie Jones, Solomon from commercial, not from commercial, but like from very well known. But I would say also my inspirations are most of the time also like unknown DJs that I've been surrounding by, you know, like this is like the names that people probably don't know, but like these are the DJs like me right now, you know, like I feel like, you know, I'm spending a lot of time and seeing like a lot of unknown names in the industry which are like amazing. And I feel like every DJ that I met or on my show or when I'm going out, I consider them as like some kind of inspiration. Every time I go out, like I get inspired. If it's one song, if it's like, you know, whole set or like something what like the DJ is trying to tell, like, so I see like most of like the artists or my DJ friends or like the artists like even unknown, they are like big part of like what inspire me to keep going and like to like I take little things from everyone.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that you mentioned that because nowadays there are a lot of new young artists that are starting their careers, and it's truly inspiring that an artist like you that's been successful for a couple of years takes inspiration from them as well. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I do want to know, out of all the festivals that I bet that you've been to throughout the years, which ones would you say are your top 3 favorites?
Oh, top 3 favorite festivals. Ooh, you know, I'm not really like about like these big festivals, like where you have like big mass of people.
Oh, okay.
I prefer sometimes like smaller underground scenes where the vibes are just there, you know.
It's a hard question.
I know, I would say Burning Man, but I haven't been there, you know. But
I want to go.
But you know, I feel like I was there because like since I came to Mexico, I didn't hear about anything else, just like Burning Man. So I think like Burning Man is my favorite. I haven't
So
been there.
that's
No.
on your bucket list. Yeah.
It's on my list now. I want to go and play there. Like, I mean, that's for sure. I know that it's gonna happen very soon, and yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, now it's not gonna come to my mind. But there are a lot of like small like
That you've
festivals
enjoyed.
that I actually prefer much more.
Yeah, okay, that is really interesting. Okay, so when when you think about your future, where do you see yourself in about 5 years? Like in sense of your career as well as your personal life.
With my career, it's kind of like more clear than my personal life. Not gonna lie. I definitely like I have this mindset like I think that was what brought me out of Slovakia, what brought me out of my comfort zone and keep like I never stop about it. It's like my mindset that it's I don't know where I'm gonna be in few years, but I know that I'm gonna do what I love to do. So I definitely see myself playing in front of people, playing the music that I love,
Yeah.
like doing what I love, singing, releasing the songs. Like I hope, and I hope it's never like the passion that I have that it's never gonna stop. Because of course there are times when things are not easy. Industry changing, like also like a lot of things are now moving forward and like with the technology and stuff. So probably I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But I hope I'm gonna be in the place where, again, I'm gonna do what I love to do, right? Which is music.
Yeah, absolutely.
About the personal life, yeah, same. To have a person next to me to support me, for example, have my friends around, my family, like, and that's important things like that I hope it's gonna be connected.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you know that a lot of young people follow your music, and a lot of us can find inspiration, and we see that music helps a lot going through dark times or low times. What would you say to the young people that follow your music and your career? Um, like what are some of the things that have gotten through some low times, emotional times, dark times?
Mm, that's a nice question. Like that's really true. Like music helps you like with a lot of different stages of your life. I hope that my music can relate to a lot of people. Like I know that like I release like few stuff, but I think I still haven't released my gems, which you need to wait for. But that things like so there is one part of me which is working as like I'm like DJ electronic music and stuff. But beside that, I wrote a lot of songs and I produce like stuff that are not electronic. They are more like jazzy, like R&B or soulful like things. And that things like even I'm coming through my life. Like I see myself sometimes when I'm stuck, I'm listening them back. And it's fun because like a lot of songs which I wrote, for example, it was in the time when I didn't even know what I write, I was just like connecting the things and it was like, again, flowing, right? And now I'm coming through these like things and then like, I predicted my future with my songs.
Wow.
It's funny, right? But like this actually really happened. And so I'm helping myself through my own music. And if that's like something that like will help eventually someone, that's the dream, right? Like I hope that people gonna find my music in a way that if they're coming through dark times or not dark times or happy times or something that they can relate and they can like connect.
Yeah, that is amazing. Um, okay, so in terms of your career, what's in store for the future? What can we expect from you? Like, of the people that follow your social media, are you focusing only on DJing, or are you working on like a different genre of music as well?
Yeah, there are a lot of surprises coming. I'm definitely, as I mentioned, like I'm now trying to do a lot of production. So there are gonna be a lot of music. There's gonna be a lot of music released, and I'm also expanding. I feel like right now I'm in this point of my career where things are changing a lot. So yeah, things are going in the right direction, and let's keep it a surprise. Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, of course. Stay tuned because
A lot of
she
things coming.
is coming big to this country. And lastly, I would just like to know, what does the greatest dream of a DJ or a musician look like, and what does that look like for you?
Wow. I cannot say for other DJs. For me personally, the biggest dream, I mean, obviously to play in front of the crowd that you cannot even count the heads,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, the bigger, better. No, no, no. As I mentioned, like, I prefer, like, more underground scenes. But yeah, obviously, if I play in stadium or something, like, that would be, like,
Yeah.
crazy to see if people coming to see me play and, like, to have this option and possibility, like you can share again your taste with people.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I think like yeah, some of my dreams, of course, like playing in some big festivals and be able to share my music like worldwide.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely to meet you. And stay tuned because she's going to be playing for us later today. So don't go anywhere. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And
Likewise.
we bet you're going to be a great success here.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and see you later. Thank you again for having me.